Week 6, problem number 2. They give us this sequence. I have 5, 3, 1, and then it continues on. And given that the nth term is negative 209, we're solving for the value of n. So first I want to figure out, is this sequence arithmetic or geometric? So I can see that I'm decreasing each term, and I'm decreasing by 2 each time. If I do 5 minus 2, I get 3. 3 minus 2, I get 1. There's no way to go from 5 to 3 and then 3 to 1 when I'm multiplying. So that tells me this is an arithmetic sequence. So what that means is I can use my general term formula for arithmetic sequences. So I'll use this one. I'm just going to copy it over. And then I'll sub in what I know. I know my first term is 5. I'm asked to solve for the value of n, so I know n will stay there. And my common difference, I'm subtracting by 2 every time. So that means my common difference is negative 2. They give us the nth term, meaning they give us u sub n. So that negative 209 will go in for u sub n. And then from here, I just have to solve for n. So I might subtract 5 from both sides. I could have distributed my negative 2, but I could also just divide both sides by negative 2. And then add 1 to both sides. Typing in n equals 108 into Mathspace. And I'm good too. Question number 3 says the termite treatment will cost $300 for the first half hour, $290 for the second half hour, to $80 for the third half hour, and so on. And they're asking for the cost of a treatment that takes a total of 5 hours. So again, what that tells me is this is an arithmetic sequence because I'm decreasing by $10 every half hour. But they're asking me for the cost of the treatment that takes 5 hours. So not how much is the 5th hour, but the total cost of a 5-hour treatment. So this is telling me this is the sum or series. So I'm going to use my series formula or the sum of a sequence formula for arithmetic. Since I don't have the last term, I'm not going to use this formula. I'm going to use this one instead. So I'm going to copy that over to my work. All right, so subbing in what I know, I am looking at a total treatment of 5 hours, but notice how they give you increments in terms of half hours. So that tells me that instead of n equaling 5, n should actually equal 10, since the cost they're giving me is per half hour, and there's 2 half hours in 1 hour. So that's why I'm using 10 as my n. My first term is 300 because that's how much it costs for the first half hour. Again, my n is 10. And we said we were decreasing by $10 every half hour. So that means my common difference will be a negative 10. So I can write that whole thing in my calculator or do it piece by piece. And I get $2,550. Type it into Mathspace. Note that they already have an equal sign here and they already have dollars, so I didn't need to put either of those two. Submit. And we're good to go.